Hi Capricorn, welcome to your extended weekly taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cappy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your keys to the next fortnight, you have the Death card and the Hanged Man. All right, so the 2 days that you want to watch out for on over the course of the next 2 weeks are going to be your Tuesdays and your Thursdays. All right, those are the times of which you might have some interesting developments for sure. All right, so just thought I'd mention that. Now, that being said, you've got the Death card with the Hanged Man. In a lot of ways, this is some very deep sort of maybe this is some sort of, for some of you this could be an end as well, right? So remember the Death card, the end of, and then you've got the Hanged Man, right? Where is it that you are too self-sacrificing? Where is it that you give too much of yourself? This could be the end of oversharing. Not oversharing, the end of, maybe for some of you, all right, this could be the end of overextending yourself, right? So where is it that you give too much? Where is it that you've maybe left yourself depleted because you've given too much? Where is it that you now know and understand that it's time to let some ideal go, right? Maybe some ideal of being all things to all people that you've tried to uphold for too long, to the point where it's actually cost you way too much. This could be a time at which you actually say to yourself, okay, it's time now, right? It's time to start putting myself first. Doesn't mean you have to go on the selfish rampage, spending all your money and, you know, all of that stuff. It could just be a very deep and very quiet self-observation and a moment where you say, okay, I'm done now. I'm done with trying to be all things to all people. I'm done with trying to I'm done with just trying to be something that, you know, that is an aggrandized ideal of what I think I'm supposed to be or who I'm supposed to be. I think this is, you know, could be a very powerful cathartic moment actually for a lot of you. So before we get into the next few cards, I just want to say from my heart to yours, I truly hope you have a wonderful holiday season, an amazing new year. I just want to say a massive thank you so much for all of your support throughout 2021, for those of you that have been here this year, for those of you that have been here longer than that, you know, and I know there's quite a few that have been with me for a long time at this point. You guys are what I like to call my ride or dies, and I love you for it. Thank you so much. For those of you that are new to the channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. So for your actions and options this fortnight, you get the Star card, right? So there is hope here, right? The fact that you've got this, I mean, look at that, 3 major cards straight up, and with this Star card in your actions and options, this is about you starting to look for ideas, goals, dreams, hopes and wishes that are actually more aligned with reality, right? And your sign is everything, I mean, you have to say your sign is nothing but, is anything if they're not a realist, right? And what this suggests to me is you're being really honest about what you can do, what you can't do, and more importantly, this is you being kind to yourself. There's a really powerful sense of self-trust that's coming through this card, and that's very often one of the taglines for the Star is trust, right? It's this ability to trust in the universe, but also the ability to trust in self. And that's why the figure on the card, you can't see it so clearly in this deck, but in the figure in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is completely naked. That represents truth, it represents honesty, and I think this is actually a really powerful moment where a lot of you are going to say to yourselves over the next fortnight, I can't do this. I can't be all of this all on my own, right? So maybe for some of you, you're reaching out, maybe you're asking for help or for assistance with something. I think this could be a powerful moment of self-realization and self-actualization through the realization that you don't have to be all things to all people at all times, right? So this is actually really nice. What it also suggests as well is you're starting to think, and this isn't to say that you're, arrogant or anything like that, but you're starting to think bigger than yourself, right? Which means that you're taking some of the pressure off your own shoulders and sharing it around, right? And it's true what they say, when they say a problem shared is a problem halved. For your communications and conversations, you have the Three of Pentacles. You've got this under the Hanged Man, right? And there's a part of me that when I see this, and I kind of know how this might play out for somebody that I love and care about. And it's like this week, maybe, just maybe, you might be ready to forgive somebody. It doesn't have to be like this elaborate show, and maybe it's slow to start, but there is a moment here where there seems to be you able to say, you know what, for all it is, for all it isn't, I can let this go. All right. And, maybe it won't be fully, and maybe it won't be all hugs and smiles and ice cream after, but there's definitely something here that suggests you're able to say, okay, you know what? I can draw a line under the past. We start afresh from here. So there is a sense of forgiveness here that comes in this week. And I think that you're going to be having a conversation that will highlight to you why this is important. And it's not just for, for something to continue or for, to bury the hatchet or make things calm or smooth. It's actually about your own peace. All right. So really, really interesting stuff. When it comes to those of you that work for somebody else, this is a time to really start thinking about how you can enhance the skills that you have, or how you can get to that next level. For some of you, it does look like you're tempted to work over the holidays. I'm going to say don't do it. But I would. Right? And I guess what I want to say to you with that is, when you have time, take it. When you don't have time, get to it, right? That's how it should be. You've got to find a balance. And the threes are all about how you shape something into being, right? And the Three of Pentacles is slow, steady, tried, tested, and true. So this is the approach, right? As hard as you work is as hard as you have to rest and play. When it comes to your those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, sorry, I had a complete mind blank then. Your one way that this might show up for you is that you have a maybe you decide that a path that you were going down with your business is no longer viable, or it's going to take too much from you or away from things that are already working. So for some of you, this could be you shutting down an arm of your business or an idea that you were, hoping to put some time, effort and energy into. And now you realize actually it's not worth it. It's not worth the time. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this could be a time as well, especially for those of you that have the time. If you're thinking about taking some sort of online course, some sort of correspondence course or something like that, this is a really great time to put the feelers out and to make the inquiry for sure. For your love and relations, you've got the Four of Pentacles, right? So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is you guys getting serious about buying a house. This is you guys getting serious about your savings, about your money. This is you guys getting really serious about how you start to create more financial or material security for yourselves. For those of you that are in relationships, this is a collaborative effort. There's something about your future finances, money, and resources that you're very hot on right now. It's like you've got this idea of where you want things to go, but now you're starting to get really about it, right? Now, when it comes to those of you that are single, I mean, it's going to be through the work. So if there is like a work due or anything like that, go ahead, because you never know who's going to be there or who you might end up, mingling with. For a lot of you though, this will come through either the friendship circle, the familial ties, or the friendship, familial, or professional ties. There's definitely a potential for you meeting someone, but that Four of Pentacles can be stubborn, right? So you are going to have to be open to it. And the reason I say this is because the new person that shows up for those of you that are single could be very different to all of the types of people that you've dated before, and there's a reason for that. This newfound energy of you releasing certain things or deciding that you can't be all things to all people, etc. This person is going to be a direct reflection of the evolution that takes place inside you, and they're going to reflect back to you who you could be, the life that you could have. And this is very, very important because, you know, at a first glance, you might be like, oh no, I wouldn't go for them. The new you absolutely would. So, you know, be alert to your own stuff too. When it comes to your money and materials, you've got the Page of Wands. This is a great card for money because it suggests that your ideas, the way that you're trying to take things or the way that you're trying to shape things, with that Three of Pentacles above it, there's some really good stuff here, right?
Okay.
Oh,
is there something I can help you with?
Shut up, Siri. Mind your business. Sorry about that. All right, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, I like this card for physical health because it always suggests that you're starting a new regime, maybe. And I would urge you as well, for those of you that that want to do this kind of thing, start on the 21st of December. Don't wait until the 1st of January, right? Start on the day that the sun moves into Capricorn, right? That's where you come into the height of your power, right? So use this for that. And then when it comes to your home and environment, I love this because it's a really cozy energy, especially with that Four of Pentacles and especially with the 3 and the Star. There's like this really warm bubble around where your life is heading, and you might not be able to see that really clearly at the moment, but it is shaping up for you to be really, really nice, even with these guys here. But like I said, I feel like this is some sort of internal decrease or declutter or release of some sort. It's just very, very interesting. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundant... Almost forgot. For those of you that are celebrating, happy damn birthday to you. I truly hope you have a wonderful birthday. I really hope that you have a wonderful solar return. Remember to fill the day of your birthday with a little bit of everything that you want the entire year ahead to have in it for you, right? Imprint that day with a little bit of all of the things that you love, all of the things that you want. For those of you that are celebrating your birthday on the new moon, this is a big deal for you. When you have a new moon on or very close to your birthday, it means that there's a grand beginning in some way, shape or form. This is a big rebirth. Use this new moon, right? So you got 2 cards that have jumped out and I'm going to use both of them. The Gate 42 and Closing. I already talked about that, right? So this new moon really is going to see you closing a chapter. You're turning a corner. And then you've got the Gate 10 and Empower. And I love this card because it reminds you to be authentically true to yourself. And by being so, you inspire other people to do the same. So this is really about you closing an old chapter, that's the Death card, and empowering yourself from the inside out and leading by example. That's the Hanged Man. What a wonderful synchronistic reading. Oh, I'm chucking them all over the place now. So for all of you, my dear Capricorns, thank you so much for all of your support throughout this year. For the last time this year, a happy holiday season to you. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.